Good morning. Welcome to Villager Tier List. We are rating the villagers' trades. So, first of all, the armorer. The armorer can trade at novice level 15 coal for an emerald, or 5 emeralds for an iron helmet, 9 emeralds for an iron chestplate, 7 emeralds for iron leggings, 4 emeralds for iron boots. That's pretty okay to start with if you're someone like me who can't fucking find iron. At apprentice level, he trades 4 iron for an emerald, which is horrible for someone like me who can't fucking find iron. 36 emeralds for a bell. I don't know why you would buy a bell when you could just steal one from the center of town. 3 emeralds for chainmail leggings, 1 emerald for chainmail boots, which is cool if you don't like farming. A lava bucket, or at Journeyman, a lava bucket for an emerald, which is kind of a shit trade. A diamond for an emerald, which is better, but still not good. An emerald for chainmail helmet, and 4 emeralds for chainmail chestplate, which again is good for farming, and 5 emeralds for a shield, which is actually really good. Because then you don't have to get iron if you're someone like me who can't find iron worth a shit. Expert, they will sell enchanted diamond gear, leggings and boots for 19 to 33 emeralds and 13 to 27 emeralds respectively. And at Master, it's the same with helmets and chest plates at 13 to 27 or 21 to 35 respectively. I would say that puts the armor at a solid A tier. That seems like a very, very good A tier. Because enchanted diamond gear, just available to purchase. You don't have to go mining for diamonds or anything. Okay, Butcher. Butcher Pete. At novice level, he will buy 14 raw chicken for an emerald. So if you have a chicken farm, that's good. 4 raw rabbit for an emerald. 7 raw pork chops for an emerald. God, voice crack. What the fuck happened there? And an emerald for rabbit stew. So if you have chicken farms, rabbit farms, and pig farms, that's a good source of emeralds. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's okay. At apprentice level, he buys 15 gold for an emerald. An emerald for 8 cooked chicken, or an emerald for 5 cooked pork chops, which is just, if you don't have a furnace, but who doesn't have a furnace, you could trade for cooked chicken and pork. At Journeyman, he will buy 10 raw beef for an emerald and 7 raw mutton for an emerald. I guess, not and. Yeah, but anyway, that's good if you have a sheep farm or a cow farm. At Expert, he'll buy 10 dried kelp blocks for an emerald. I don't know who the hell gets dried kelp blocks, but sure. And at Master, he buys 10 sweet berries for an emerald, which is actually a good trade. Like, one of his very few good trades. I'm gonna put that at, like, I don't want to say D. I'll put it at C, because it's useful if you have farms. Alright. Cartographer. At novice, he will buy 24 paper for an emerald, which is, I mean, I guess it's good if you have a paper farm, but goddamn. Or 7 emeralds for an empty map, which you could make like 3 of with the paper that you sell for 1 emerald. So already I'm seeing this as a dog shit trader. Or 11 glass panes for an emerald. Or 8 emeralds and a compass for an explorer map, which is kind of good. What explorer map is it? Just explorer map. Okay. Great. Huh. Okay. Journeyman. He will buy a compass for an emerald. He'll buy 13 emeralds and a compass for an ocean explorer map. 12 emeralds and a compass for a trial explorer map, which immediately shoots him up to at least B tier. An expert, 7 emeralds for an item frame, which sends it back down to C. And 3 emeralds for any color banner. Okay. At master, 8 emeralds for a globe banner pattern. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that one. And 14 emeralds and a compass for a woodland explorer map, which immediately shoots it up to B tier again. So that's good. Alright, cleric time. 32 rotten flesh for an emerald, which is immediately S tier if you have a zombie farm. An emerald for redstone dust, which is good for redstone builders, which keeps it at S tier so far. At apprentice, 3 gold for an emerald, less good. Or an emerald for lapis, which is also less good. 2 rabbit's foot for an emerald at journeyman, 4 emeralds for glowstone. Glowstone, so you don't have to go to the nether in order to get glowstone. Which, I mean, who doesn't go to the nether, though, to be honest? At expert, he will buy 4 turtle scoots, which are ungodly difficult to get, so that's not good for an emerald. Or 9 glass bottles for an emerald, or 5 emeralds for an ender pearl, which is okay. Actually, no, that's good. That's really good. That sends it back to an A. I was sending him down because of all the shit trades. Master, he buy 22 nether warts for an emerald, and 3 emeralds for a bottle of enchanting, which is good. So that's A tier right there. I like it. I enjoy. The farmer. At novice, he will buy either 20 wheat, 26 potatoes, 22 carrots, or 15 beetroots for an emerald. And an emerald for 6 bread, which is good if you... Wait a minute. That's a net loss if you sell the wheat and then buy the bread of 2 wheat. Should have made it... Should have made it 7. I just woke up, sorry. It's 1... Yeah, I know it's 1 p.m. Shut up. Apprentice. At apprentice level, he'll buy 6 pumpkins for an emerald. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response. But also 1 emerald for 4 pumpkin pie, which is okay, I guess. Or an emerald for 4 apples, which is shit. Journeyman, 4 melons for an emerald. 3 emeralds for 18 cookies. Given that I don't know how to make cookies, I'd say that's pretty good. That's, he's at, I guess, C tier right now. At expert, he will sell 1 of the suspicious stews for an emerald, and a cake for an emerald. And at master, he will sell 3 golden carrots for 3 emeralds, and 3 glistering melon slices for 4 emeralds. Alright, I'd say that gets him a B? B, C, B, C, B, C, high C, low B, high C, B, low. High C. High C. Fisherman. Alright, at novice, he'll buy 20 string for an emerald, 10 coal for an emerald, 3 emeralds for a bucket of cod. What? or 6 raw cod and an emerald for 6 cooked cod. That is actually pretty good, because that means, well, I mean, who doesn't have a furnace? But whatever. An apprentice, he'll buy 15 raw cod for an emerald, 2 emeralds for campfire, which is actually good, 6 raw salmon and emeralds for 6 cooked salmon, 13 raw salmon for at journeyman, 13 raw salmon for an emerald, or 8 to 22 emeralds for an enchanted fishing rod, which actually shoots him up a little bit. An expert, he'll buy 6 tropical fish for an emerald, so there, that gives a use to them. Don't throw them in lava just yet. Upgrade your fishermen. And a master, he'll buy 4 pufferfish for an emerald, and a boat. He'll buy a boat for an emerald. Okay, that's B. Fletcher. Fletcher, I already know is going to be pretty high, because arrows are difficult to come by without him. Fletcher. At novice, he'll buy 32 for an emerald, which is kind of a waste of wood, I think. Or an emerald for 16 arrows, or 10 gravel and an emerald for 10 flint, which, I mean, you could just get that without spending the emerald. An apprentice, he'll buy 26 flint for an emerald, or 2 emeralds for a bow, which is good if you don't want to make a bow, I guess. A journeyman, he'll buy 14 string for an emerald, 3 emeralds for a crossbow, which I don't know why anyone, I can speak, I don't know why anybody would use a crossbow over a bow. I guess for funny firework explode. Oh, funny. Okay, anyway, after that, expert, 24 feathers for an emerald, 7 to 21 emeralds for an enchanted bow, which is good. Master, it's 8 tripwire hooks for an emerald, 8 to 22 emeralds for an enchanted crossbow, which again, I don't know why you would want a crossbow, and then 2 emeralds and 5 arrows for 5 tipped arrows, which is good, because tipped arrows are a pain in the ass to get in Java. Fuck you, Bedrock players. You have it easy. I'm gonna put that in A tier, actually. That's a good. That's one of the good. Alright, leatherworker. Novice will buy 6 leather for an emerald, 3 emeralds for leather pants, 7 emeralds for a leather tunic. Apprentice, 26 flint for an emerald, 5 emerald for a leather cap, 4 emeralds for leather boots. Journeyman, 9 rabbit hide for an emerald, 7 emeralds for a leather tunic. An expert, 4 turtle scoots for an emerald, 6 emeralds for leather horse armor. At master, 5 emeralds for a leather cap. What? That was already a trade. And 6 emeralds for a saddle. Okay. That's our first D tier of the video. No, you know what? That's completely useless. That's E tier. There's no F tier. I'm gonna change the E tier to F tier, just because E doesn't seem, and I'm gonna make it purple. There, just to make him know that he's disgraceful. This purple's better. There. Fucking leather worker. Oh, also, another reason to put him in F tier, his fucking house. It makes 4 of him. What the fuck? It turns 4 villagers in the village into leather workers instead of just 1. Mojang, fucking fix that, please. Alright. Librarian time. Ooh, librarian. At novice, 24 paper for an emerald, which again is not a good trade, as we have discussed with the cartographer. 9 emeralds for a bookshelf, 5 to 64 emeralds and a book for an enchanted book. That already is good, because that means you can get mending. At apprentice, 4 books for an emerald for a lantern, 5 to 64 emeralds in a book for another enchanted book. Again, that's very good. Journeyman. 5 ink sacks for an emerald for 4 glass, the same book trade, again. Enchanted book trade, by the way.
Think fast, Chuckle Nuts!
At Expert, a book and quill and a book and quill. Oh, for an emerald. 4 emeralds for a compass, 5 emeralds for a clock, and another enchanted book trade. At Master, 20 emeralds for a name tag. That is S tier right there. That is great and wonderful and amazing, and I love it, and I want to kiss it on the lips. There we go. I will be right back. Give me a second. Alright, I'm back. Now, for the Mason. A novice, he'll buy 10 clay balls for an emerald and sell 10 bricks for an emerald. So, if you don't want to smelt clay to bricks, you can do it with the Mason instead. An apprentice, 20 stone for an emerald. 1 emerald for 4 chiseled stone bricks, which is a net loss. A very big net loss, I might add. At Journeyman, he'll buy either granite, andesite, or diorite for an emerald, 16 of it. And an emerald for either dripstone, andesite, polished andesite, polished diorite, or polished granite. So if you want to get rid of your granite, that's good. That shoots him up to B. Expert, he'll buy nether quartz for an emerald. Why would you waste your nether quartz on that? He'll buy an emerald. Yeah, you know what I mean. He'll give you any colored stained or glazed terracotta for an emerald. And on Master, he'll give you quartz pillars and blocks of quartz for emeralds. That's a C tier. That's just stone. You know what? Actually, no, it's B tier. It's good for what it is. Shepherd. At Novice, he will buy either white, brown, black, or gray wool for an emerald, 18 wool, and 2 emeralds for shears, which is actually a good trade. Shepherd. Why is the shepherd a loom? At Apprentice, it'll be either white, gray, black, light blue, or lime dye for an emerald, 12 of the dye, and an emerald for either any color wool or any color carpet. Though you get more carpet. At Journeyman, it'll either be 12 yellow, light, gray, orange, red, or pink dye for an emerald, and 3 emeralds for any color bed. That could be interesting, I guess. The only useful trade here is none of them. Oh, the shears. That's the only useful trade here. Expert. Either 12 brown, purple, blue, green, magenta, or cyan dye for an emerald, and 3 emeralds for any color banner, which we've already had in one of these. I don't remember which, though. At Master, 2 emeralds for 3 paintings. That's useless. I'm going to put you in D, because you are completely useless except for the shears. If you didn't sell shears, I would have put you with the leather worker, and that would have been the biggest shame on your family. Toolsmith. Ooh, Toolsmith. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Not at Novice, or Apprentice, or Journeyman, but at Expert Master. Alright, anyway. Novice. 15 coal for an emerald, which is... There's a lot of people that have that trade. Why? Or an emerald for either a stone axe, shovel, pickaxe, or hoe. Apprentice, 4 iron ingots for an emerald, which I've already said is a terrible trade for people like me who can't fucking find iron. And 36 emeralds for a bell, which again is another bad trade because you could just steal the one from the center of town. Journeyman. 30 flint for an emerald, 6 to 20 emeralds for an enchanted iron axe, 7 to 21 emeralds for an enchanted iron shovel, 8 to 22 emeralds for an enchanted iron pickaxe, or 4 emeralds for a diamond hoe. The flint is not part of that or, the flint is a guaranteed. Okay, at Expert, a diamond for an emerald, And 17 to 31 emeralds for an enchanted diamond axe, or 10 to 24 emeralds for an enchanted diamond shovel. At master, 18 to 32 emeralds for an enchanted diamond pickaxe, which puts it a lot higher than it should be with the rest of that stupid crap. Yeah, you know what? I'm putting him up there, actually. The weaponsmith. At novice, 15 coal for an emerald, 3 emeralds for an iron axe, 7 to 21 emeralds for an enchanted iron sword. At apprentice, 4 iron for an emerald, 36 emeralds for a bell. Why is everybody selling bells? What the fuck is up with that? 24, okay, at journeyman, 24 flint for an emerald, at expert, a diamond for an emerald, and 17 to 31 emeralds for an enchanted diamond axe. So if you get the shovel at the toolsmith, you could get the axe at the weaponsmith. And at master, 13 to 27 emeralds for an enchanted diamond sword. That's good. I'm gonna put that with the other one. Okay, and then the wandering trader. Okay, he sells a lot of crap. Sells and buys a lot of crap, so I'm gonna go through everything he can trade. He can buy hay bales, water bottles, and 4 baked potatoes for 1 emerald each. You can also buy milk and water buckets for 2 emeralds each, and a fermented spider eye for 3 emeralds each. But you can only sell 2 before he gets rid of it. Alright. He could sell packed ice for packed ice, gunpowder, or 1 of 9 logs for 1 emerald. Podzol for 3 emeralds. Why would you fucking buy podzol when you could just get spruce saplings? Potion of invisibility for 5 emeralds, which is completely useless. And 6 emeralds for blue ice, 6 to 20 emeralds for an enchanted iron pickaxe, which is okay early game, but when are you going to encounter this guy early game and have enough emeralds to do that trade? Okay, now for the big part. He can sell you fern, sugarcane, pumpkin, dandelion, poppy, allium, azure bluette, red tulip, orange tulip, white tulip, pink tulip, oxeye daisy, cornflower, blue orchid, lily of the valley, open eye blossom, wheat seeds, beetroot seeds, pumpkin seeds, melon seeds, 1 of 16 dyes, vines, pale hanging moss, brown mushrooms, red mushrooms, lily pad, small drip leaf, sand, red sand, pointed dripstone, rooted dirt, moss block, pale moss block, wildflowers, and tall dry grass for 1 emerald. Sea pickles and glowstone for 2 emeralds, which is another way to get glowstone before going to the nether. Tropical fish bucket, puffer fish bucket, kelp, cactus, brain coral, bubble coral, fire coral, horn coral, tube coral for 3 emeralds. Oh, and firefly bush for 3 emeralds. Slime balls for 4 emeralds, 1 of 8 saplings or mangrove propagule, or a nautilus shell for 5 emeralds. That's a lot of shit, and it's not good, so I'm going to put it in D. Not quite F with the leather worker, but D. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, is the end of said tier list. So, yeah. Obviously, nitwit and unemployed are F tier also, but they weren't in this, so